I thought I didn't want to be a teacher anymore. I was moving to the area and I wanted to work at a charter school, but I didn't think I wanted to teach anymore. I finished my commitment to Teach for America. I had done another year, but I was like, oh, there's a talent position. So I applied for that, didn't get it. And I was told that I wasn't done teaching and that I was welcome to apply for a teaching position in the spring, which is what I did. And I ended up teaching middle school for 3 years after that. And then I became an instructional dean. And then I left after I moved. And so what brought me back to Foundation was, on the surface, I think it was the opportunity for professional development and for this new role. But especially from this past week, like thinking about the mission of the organization and the purpose, it's really that it's purpose driven. And I think like knowing why an organization exists and knowing why I need to be there was really important to me. That's something I didn't get in my last experience. So I was really happy to come back to that and then be invested in, because there was a new role with new possibilities for me to serve in this community. I think that Foundation is really purposeful about preparing teachers for leadership, and not in a formal sense, but I think making sure that we understand what we're capable of and the power that we have to not only influence students, but to influence our peers. So even as a teacher, I had lots of opportunities to lead grade team meetings and collaborate with people like within my content team for English language arts. And then after that, attending different programs. So I did Learning Teacher Academy. And then after that, I did Learning Leader Academy. And then I had opportunities to be a grade level chair. And that sort of turned into me thinking more about what my career trajectory was. Especially after doing Learning Leader Academy, I was reading a lot more and practicing different leadership techniques. And that's what pushed me to apply to be an instructional dean. But no one told me like, this is the time to apply. It was something that I felt was natural given what I had been prepared for. So compared to Foundation, especially my year away, professional development I think was very different. A lot of the skill that I had at my last job was because of the training that I got at Foundation, not anything that was developed once I got there. So once I realized that, it was a great benefit because I was able to really develop the teachers that I worked with the techniques I learned here. But there was a point where I realized that my trajectory and the trajectory of the organization I was with didn't line up. And it wasn't that I didn't think that they could get there, but I knew that it didn't align with my goals and my purpose. So that ultimately led me back here to continue to seek that development. But now, instead of being on the instructional dean side or the instructional coach side, it was as a potential school leader and principal. For a teacher who's interested in becoming a leader, I would say to ask questions and to seek opportunities to add more to your plate. One thing that I realized about being a leader is that there is not anything less that you'll do from being a teacher to being a leader, but there is more. So having opportunities to do more on top of teaching is what is really important, and seeing if you can actually continue to maintain your why and your purpose as you do those things, and if you find joy in it. And if you don't, it's okay, you can learn and still ask questions about it, but then you can decide if leadership is something for you or what other opportunities you have to develop those skills. Because I think the idea is not that you come into leadership with skills, but that you're open-minded enough to develop those skills and get better at it. My favorite thing about Foundation is the family aspect of it. We use like FA and like the idea that we're a family a lot in like communication, but I do think that it's a real thing that occurs here. I worked here for 4 years, but I left and was welcomed back with open arms. I run into parents of students I used to have in years prior. They're excited to see me. They want to know about where I've been. I'm having a baby. They want to know all about that, so that always feels really good. I can also get the help that I need from anyone who works in here, in the organization, no matter their position, and that feels great to have at work. If someone is on the fence about applying here at Foundation, I would suggest, one, that they come and visit. I think that if they're really interested and want to see what the culture is like, to just ask to come and see, to shadow different aspects of our day, but then to just apply. I think it's a great opportunity to think about your own personal why and why you might want to work here and what you can add and then what you could get from being a part of this community. So I would just say, do it.